Hello, fellow stitchers. I'm Cher Johnston. That's Mitzi. We have a bit of a gloomy day today, which is fine with me. A little chilly, but that's fine. She's found something out there. Welcome to my happy place. Okay, today we're going to continue with our stitch dictionary. And please hit the like button, hype the video, join my Facebook group, Cher Johnston Stitchbook Community. We're going to use this hashtag stitchbook because I'm going to make a couple different stitch books. If you visit my Ko-fi page, link in the description, I have this pattern this is what's on the cover, and these little icons that I'm stitching to put here and there. Today we're going to do a Basque stitch, and we're going to do a Bullion knot. I have the Pintangle website here, just because I like this better than what she's got in the book. This is how to work it. Nice large photographs. And then she talks about working it in a circle and using a bead or a button like this. And there it is with beads. And she has these stitchers templates. You can go check that out. And let me just tell you what threads I'm using today. I'll turn on my light. I know the light probably changes the color, but I need it for my poor old eyes. I have this Suspargo Wonderfill Eleganza Pearl number 3. It's sort of a thicker thread. It's thicker than a number 8. I'm going to use this for the Basque stitch, and I have it threaded in a chenille needle. I think that's a number 20. I don't know for sure, but. And then I also have a Suspargo Wonderfill Eleganza Pearl number 5. I thought this was an 8, but it's a 5. You could use a pearl number 8. The Aurifil threads that I have are a number 8. I just wanted to use bigger threads so that it's easier for you to see. And this one I have threaded. This is for the Bullion knot, and I have it threaded in a milliner's needle. So the milliner's needle that I'm using is a number 1. I like this because it has a nice large hole. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They are, it was $1.49. I got this just recently, so they're pretty cheap. These are size 3 to 9, and the larger ones, this is a size 3. And they haven't actually used these before. It looks like they might even have a bigger hole than my other ones. So you might be able to thread your pearl number 8 into a 3. You might even be able to get into a 5 or a 7. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to do a Basque stitch first. And I'm going to use this. I don't like that one. There we go. We're going to use this disappearing ink. I know that it disappears pretty quickly, but I'm going to do this on camera and then sew, so that maybe It won't disappear. This is the back of my other page. And I'm leaving the bottom blank for now because I think I want to put something in there. Or I know I want to put something in there. I haven't quite decided what yet. So I'm going to do these both on the same line up here. So here we're going to do our Basque stitch and the Bullion knot. I'll write those in better later on. So I want 2 lines for my Basque stitch. And if you read what she has to say, it's sort of, maybe I should have just read it to you, but it's sort of like a twisted chain stitch, sort of a cross between a twisted chain and a buttonhole stitch. So I'm going to start at the top line, and I'm going to go just a little ways away from that thread. I'm going to go down here and back up at the bottom line. And I want this thread to go behind like a Z. Okay? And then we're going to pull through. And it looks a bit like a twisted chain. Then I'm going to go down and anchor that stitch there. Then I'm going to go back up. And you can do this in 2, go down and then go back up. Might be easier. There we go, that's our Basque stitch. And again, and you can go down and then back up right there. Make sure that you're to the left of that thread. We're going to make a Z with the thread. And again, I'm not pulling too tight. Anchor it there. Excuse me, and anchor it there. Now to end off, take the stitch to the back, and that anchors the top. We'll just end that off. So here is on her website, there's some bullion knots. You can see those really close up there. And beads. And here she talks about the needles. These are Bowen needles. Those are really good quality. She says it's also known as a bullion stitch, caterpillar stitch, coil stitch, grub knot, knot stitch, post stitch, Puerto Rico rose, and worm stitch. So in here she demonstrates how to do it. Now I think that most people say that you should use a hoop, and I don't. You can make these bullion knot roses. Aren't those beautiful? I love it. We're going to use bullion knots in crazy quilt stitches, because look at this. I want to do that on my crazy quilt. My crazy quilt book. Again, you can get thread twisties at her website. Okay. So I have my milliner's needle. And this one, I'm going to say, you just need to practice. You need to just practice a lot. What did I just do there? Okay. I would say if you're a beginner stitcher, take about, I don't know, a quarter of an inch. Is that a quarter of an inch or so? A little bite out of the fabric. And then wrap. You're going to wrap clockwise. Put your finger behind the needle like that. Wrap clockwise. 1, 2, 3. And you want to wrap just enough so that it covers that space there. I would recommend when you start to just do 3 or 4 wraps and then pull through. Notice that I'm still holding the knot. And then when you get close enough, you're going to pull down and pull, tighten it up. And there we go. And then anchor at the bottom. Let's do that again. These are so fun. I'm going to do a little bit longer stitch. Remember, I have a purl 5 and not an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why that was getting held up there. Now, it looks kind of funky. Just going to pull on it and pull. And look, I didn't have it wrapped. Very good. Let me show you what I did and how to fix that. Because see that first that top wrap there. I got hung up because, I don't know, it got stuck somehow. I may have gone through the thread at the back. I'm going to do 4 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then pull it down. If your wraps are spread out like that, they're looser, right? But see, if I push them down, they could be uneven. So it's fine to have them a little bit loose. You just don't want the bottom one looser than the other ones. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm still holding, and then I'm going to pull down. And yeah, it's still kind of funky. Just takes a lot of practice. And I've done these, I don't think I've ever done it with this size thread before. But I did, in one of my books, or maybe it was a 1, 2, 3, maybe it was just a doodle cloth that I did. I did bullion knots over and over and over again until I figured out what it was that I was doing right and doing wrong. Like if I do it and I don't really think about it, they work out better. If I try to explain to you exactly what I'm doing, it doesn't really work as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to pull that down. Close, tighten it up a little bit. Pull through, and then pull down. Now, if you use a hoop, if you're used to using a hoop, this might work out better for you because you'd have both of your hands free to manipulate the thread. That's what I've heard. I've heard that it's easier if you use a hoop. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't use a hoop. I have in the past and had a hard time. Then I don't know when it was that the slow stitching sort of craze started. Maybe I'll Google that. But now that we do slow stitching, you don't need to use a hoop. And I'm enjoying it a lot more. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta mess with it. I'm the boss, not you. Try telling that to the cat. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing these and just end this video. Or I might just keep doing them and end the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. the hype button will be available for the first 7 days. I would appreciate that. And go and join my Facebook community where my friend Shirley from Canada has posted, and I have a new Shirley who joined yesterday. I only have about 5 people there, but it's fine. We just started. All right, I'll stop jabbering now. Thanks for watching. Bye.